We're going to take a look at some of our vintage advertising pieces, tins and such. We're going to start with this vintage Texaco Fire Chief gasoline toy. It is as is. It does have some damage, missing a couple of parts. It's $12. Next we have an antique royal baking powder tin for $12. Vintage Watkins salve tin is $15. We have a vintage Fairmont Imperial ice cream tin for $39. Vintage Maxwell House tin for $15. John Deere rain gauge is $50. We have a vintage Massey Ferguson rain gauge for $55. We have a vintage Texaco number 574 oil can, $375, in very good condition. We have a vintage Fibings improved hoof dressing quart can, is $50. (1950s) John Deere thermometer, $55. Very good condition. We have a vintage Massey Ferguson tin thermometer for $35 in very good condition. We have a vintage Steger thermometer, $25 in very good condition. Here we have a vintage Eureka harness oil 1 gallon can. It's $140. We have a rare 1926 McCormick Deering cream separator oil half gallon can. Is $240. Vintage Co-op stock and dairy spray 1 gallon can, $25. It is as you can see. It has some denting and damage. We have a really neat, very scarce antiques William Bremer advertising tiny little spatterware cast iron skillet for $150. And there's your advertising on the bottom. Oops, already did that one. Sorry. We have a Standard Oil mica axle grease tin, $95. We have a vintage Coca-Cola Bird bottle opener for $65. This is an antique Gill Brothers Manufacturing wooden thermometer. Advertising piece is $695. Made by the TB Thermometer Company, Rochester, New York. Rare vintage Vermont maple syrup tin, $75. Comes with nice recipes. This is an antique Run Easy axle grease tin, Thomas Lay and Sons, $75. Here we have a vintage Watkins Fly Spray 1 gallon tin can for $50. And last but not least, we have, a vintage Gulf brand livestock spray 1 gallon can for $40. We do have lots more advertising pieces. We also have salesman samples and other primitive items for sale at Finders Keepers, 108 West Main Street, Orange, Virginia.